Hello there, and a very good Thursday afternoon to you. Welcome along. It is Thursday, the 28th of August now, 2025. Another month slips sliding away. Oh yeah, friends. Welcome along. We're live here on Global Irish Radio. It is the Irish Daily Crack with me, Sean G. A little program we do each day around about this time, 3 to 4. Keeping you up to date on all that's going on in this part of the world. The lighter side of the news, the top trending serious news stories of the day. Music as well, so if there's something you want to hear, by all means, do let us know. Rightio, weather. Where do we start today? The weather, it is wet and it is miserable. We have all kinds of rain for you on the menu today. We have heavy rain, very heavy rain, extremely heavy rain, sideway rain. You get the picture. It's a wet and windy day. Rain warnings in effect for about 6 counties. The usual suspects: Clare, Donegal, Galway, Leitrim, Sligo and Mayo included in those rain warnings. Expected to expire maybe about 6 o'clock this evening. But it's been a wet day and it's been a wet night. And it's going to be a wet picnic at the weekend. It's not very picnic-like weather at all. Oh no. And reading some of the warnings and some of the weather, some of the language being used by Met Éireann, not very enticing at all. Significant rainfall accumulations. That means puddles, which is not good if you are going picnicking this weekend. And I refer, of course, to the electric picnic. The biggest picnic of them all happens this weekend, and it's going ahead, rain or shine. They are poison ready, all 6 stages. And there's so many activities there, and so many tents, and so many attractions. But the most important advice you can take from any of us this weekend is to bring your wellies. Maybe even an extra pair of wellies, because it's going to be a mud fest. I feel bad for those four. It's the last big festival of the summer, of course. And weather, in previous years, in more recent years, it has been cooperating. But I can tell you this year, it's going to be a soggy mess, I think. So watch out for that. Ireland's biggest festival returns, as I say, this weekend. Over 80,000 music lovers will be flocking to Stradbally. The Electric Picnic celebrates its 21st birthday this year and now enjoys international recognition. Yes, it's been growing bigger and bigger and better every year. And one of the last parties of the summer season, it boasts the biggest names in music. It attracts fans from not just Ireland, but right across Europe, the UK, and as far away as the US of A, the United States. And this year they have an all-star lineup. More than 60 bands will take to the stages. And who is it? It's Molly McAniff, and she is a seasoned picnicker, and she is reviewing her top picks in today's Irish Daily Star. A good read for anyone planning on going along to the picnic, and there's all kinds of advice. But primarily good reviews and the must-see acts appearing at this year's picnic. Topping one of the headliners on the Friday night, of course, it's Hosier. Chappelle Roan is there on Friday night. Kneecap are there over the weekend. Fatboy Slim will be there. Sam Fender is going to be there. The Kings of Leon. Becky Hill is there. And then Molly says the best of the rest include David Gray, the Cooks, Kingfisher, the Coronas, and Barry Can't Swim. There's a whole bunch of others too. A total of about 60 acts, as we say, appearing in Stradbally, County Laois for the annual Electric Picnic. Sadly, it's going to be a kind of a soggy mess. The weather forecasters are officially saying it's going to be a mix of showers and sunny spells, but they always say that, don't they? But the ground, I would imagine, given the wet weather that we've had here in Mayo, if it's been moving east like it looks like it has been, then I suspect Laois is kind of soggy and it's going to be kind of messy. But you know what? They've been doing it for 21 years and they can cope with everything, including the weather. So there is some advice, though, for you if you are heading that way. Again, it comes from Molly in today's Irish Daily Star, who's she's been reviewing the top acts. But also, the advice is make sure your tent and your sleeping bag and your camping mat, and that they're comfortable and, most importantly, waterproof. Now, who would go to Stradbally, Laois or any place camping out without a waterproof tent? But there you go, maybe some people do. But the weather forecast will be saying they're predicting there's going to be heavy showers. It's gone from showers to heavy showers. And, of course, some sunny spells as well. So we hope it's mostly sunny spells, but there's a risk of some showers. I think the worst of the weather will have passed through by about Friday or into Saturday. But anyway, slice it. It could be quite soggy, so keep that in mind. And don't forget extra layers, they're saying, waterproofs. And again, wellies. We cannot overstress the need for wellies. And in addition to... they have a lot of extra facilities added this year. In addition to extra showers. Yeah, do you need showers there when it's showering outside? I guess you do, for hygiene purposes. But they have added extra showers this year. There are extra toilets, and there's brand new beauty stations. So the comfort level is hitting new heights this year at Stradbally's, and there'll be no excuses, even if it is raining, for you not looking your best at the Electric Picnic. What else can we tell you? There'll be multiple medical tents available 24/7 throughout the weekend, and you can visit electricpicnic.ie for more information about the festival. Lots happening there, and something that they've been doing for the last few years now, and they're doing again this year. The HSE is there, and they've urged Electric Picnic attendees to engage with its drug harm reduction teams. And what's that, you're wondering? Well, I suppose it's an acknowledgement that people will do stupid things and people will break the law in terms of taking things that they should not do. But in order to minimise or mitigate the effects of, say, drug usage at the festival, they set up this tent where people can go inside and check exactly what they are taking, if they have illegal substances and stuff like that, just to make sure that they're safe to consume. Not that they're recommending that they consume them, but it's an acknowledgement that they will do that kind of stuff, and to be sure that they're not taking something like that's really heavily laced with fentanyl or something that could be life-threatening to them. So it's something, I don't know if they do it at other festivals or in other parts of the world, but they've been doing it at Stradbally in County Laois at the Electric Picnic for a few years now, I think. And it's tremendously successful, and it minimises, I suppose, the danger to life and the overdoses and the bad things that can happen from consuming drugs that might be laced with stuff that you don't know, because all of this stuff is bought on the black market, so you don't know what you're buying. And drug dealers being drug dealers will lace the drugs to try and make them go farther and to increase the profits, and they put all kinds of stuff in there, fentanyl and things like that. And the ecstasy is a big thing that's very much synonymous with festivals like this. So in order to check the potency and if they're safe even to consume in the first place, they have set up this tent, and no questions asked. You go in and you get your stuff checked out. So that's all part and parcel of Electric Picnic, and it's again this year. The pink tents, I think, are the ones you're looking at, or the pink stewards will lead you in the direction of that. And Nevin Maguire, everyone's favourite chef here in this country, will be there. And one of the highlights of this year's Electric Picnic Festival is the Theatre of Food. Doesn't that sound good? A Theatre of Food. This year's stunning culinary lineup of top chefs serving up amazing recipes and ideas, including the first ever public performance of DJing and cooking by award-winning telly chef Nevin Maguire. Apparently, Nevin Maguire loves the old techno music, and he loves to cook as well. We can tell that by looking at him. But as they say, as I always say to Margaret, never trust a skinny chef. And every time we see Nevin on the TV, it seems like he's added a few pounds. But that's a good thing. He's eating his own cooking, basically. But he's going to be doing more than cooking at the Electric Picnic. He's going to be spinning the records as well, because, as I say, he's got a huge vinyl collection of trance music and that kind of stuff. Didn't picture him being a trance kind of fan, but I guess he is, and he'll be there, and he'll be in one of the tents, and he'll be playing music and spinning music as well. So, as I say, a lot of things happening there. There are 60 bands in total over the weekend, and there are 6 stages, and there's live, the Tina G or TG Carr will be broadcasting live from the festival. It's all about the Electric Picnic this weekend. There are podcasters, there's everything and anything, and there's a special focus on the Irish language as well this year. So it's all happening at Stradbally, County Laois for the 21st annual Electric Picnic, and it's a good time, let's put it that way. And a lot of people are heading there. 80,000 people. I'm glad I'm not one of them. Welcome along, friends. We are live here on Global Irish Radio. We are the Irish Diaspora Station, bringing you Irish music and Irish radio programs from Ireland, Irish communities all around the world. It's what we do. We bring you the talk of the country, the lighter side of the news, the chitter-chatter of the nation, and the top trending serious news stories, all of that stuff. If it's happening here, we share it with you. GlobalIrishRadio.com or GIR.ie. If you missed the programme live, by the way, you can catch it any time at thedailycrack.com or wherever you get your podcasts. We'll take a look at the latest on the Irish presidential election. Conor McGregor, he has been tweeting. We'll tell you what he's been saying. And it's to do with his bid to be the next Irish president. Sounds like good news from his perspective, but we'll delve a little further into that. And new rules on parcels. If you're sending packages to the United States, there are new rules coming into effect from today at the post office. You'll have to pony up. We'll tell you all about that as well at some point throughout the programme. So lots happening and lots to talk about. Stay with us. We are with you for the hour. Studio at GIR.ie. if there's anything you need to get off your chest. Yesterday we were talking we looked at the top trending series news stories. The caretakers and the school secretaries were in talks with their unions and management to avert strike action. Well, it looks like around 2,600 of them, that is secretaries and caretakers, are due to go on strike from today in a row over pensions. It's all about the pensions after last minute talks at the Workplace Relations Commission failed, and the move comes after discussions ended with the Workplace Relations Commission saying there was no further basis for negotiations. At the moment, the dispute relates to the exclusion of secretaries and caretakers from the public sector pension scheme. And it's understood around 2,000 schools nationwide will be affected by this action, again by the secretaries and the caretakers, who want provisions made to include them in, well, pension provisions for them as part of the public sector. As part of the public sector work that they do. So if you're a youngster in a school today and there's no caretaker, don't be dropping the garbage on the floor. Pick it up after yourself. Clean up as you go, because the caretaker is on strike and the secretaries too. So if nobody answers the phones today, well, they're on strike. What do you expect? Anyways, back to school already, and they're already striking. Now, I did tell you yesterday, no excuses if you didn't go out and buy the lottery yesterday, because yesterday I mentioned that it was International Lottery Day, and I suggested it would be a good day to play the lottery. And for one person, it was a great day, because the search is now on for Ireland's newest millionaire, who won the third highest lotto jackpot of all time last night. Yes, it was a big one, friends. Again, we told you to go out and play it. And they stand to take home a nigh-watering prize of just over 17 million euros. And that's because whoever got the 6 numbers, they correctly matched all 6, obviously. The numbers, by the way, they were easy ones to pick, he says after the fact. But the numbers were 2, 6, 20, 22, 26, 39, and the bonus number was 5. Only one person had all of those numbers, and only one person gets to claim that prize. So well done and congratulations to whoever they are. It's a life-changing amount, one of the biggest prizes in quite some time, and it's tax-free. We don't mess around with tax here in this country. Unlike other countries, they'll put huge headline numbers on the lottery, and then when you go to claim it, it's like, it's far less, if you know what I mean. Not in this country. Yeah, no tax liability on that 17 million, so you're laughing or crying all the way to the bank. And ahead of the draw last night, National Lottery spokesperson Emma Monaghan said tonight's draw could prove truly life-changing for one lotto player. Words that proved prophetic. So there you go, somebody, and the hunt is on. There's no indication yet as to what part of the country the ticket was sold or purchased in, or anything like that. The speculation, the Waking Ned Divine stuff hasn't started yet, but no doubt it will soon as further details are released on Ireland's newest lotto millionaire. Always an exciting time. We didn't take our own advice. We didn't go out and play the lottery. We should have, but we didn't. Not a good time, friends, to be a Manchester United supporter. What is going on with that team? Manchester United crashed out of the Carabao Cup after an extraordinary penalty shootout against League 2 Grimsby. At full time, it was 2-2, and then it went to a penalty shootout, but when all was said and done, Man United lost 12-11 on penalties. Not a great way to go out, but from a top-tier team like the likes of Man United going out to Grimsby, a third-class team, second-class team, you'd have to wonder what's going on there. And the new manager must be surely scratching, Ruben Amorim must be surely scratching his head today. There's a picture of one of the players, and the picture says it all. He's just got his hand up on his face, covering his eyes. And you can kind of feel his pain, but you can't. There's no passion there, unlike the third-tier team, Grimsby. Grimsby were full of passion and wanted to win. All the other rich footballers, no passion, no hunger. So there you go. It counts. It does count. Just ask those lads from Grimsby. GlobalIrishRadio.com, GIR.ie. We have everything and all the latest happenings, including the goings-on at Ryanair, where they're always on the lookout for people carrying oversized bags. Ryanair plans to raise bonuses for the staff. This has been topical all summer long, hasn't it? And there's been speculation and rumours that there'd be incentives, and they do have incentives, but that they'd be increased further. Because Ryanair probably make more money off bag fees and penalties for oversized bags than they do off the actual flights. A lot of the flights are so cheap, it's hard to make money. But anyway, Ryanair plans to raise bonuses for staff who spot passengers trying to bring oversized bags on flights. And the bosses say the incentives will probably increase from $1.50 at the moment to $2.50 per bag from November. So you might think you're getting away, and then you arrive at the airline and the staff, they're being trained to spot your oversized bag, and they're being incentivized to do so. So you're better off just paying the bag fee in advance rather than the fine or whatever is imposed on you later down the line. Ryanair's lowest fares allow one small bag, and passengers face fees of up to $75 for taking oversized baggage on board. Michael O'Leary, the Ryanair chief, said, "I want our ground handling people catching people who are scamming the system." He doesn't like people scamming the system. And he said he's mystified by the number with the rucksacks who think they will get through the gate and that we won't notice the rucksack. And he added 200,000 people a year are charged luggage fees at the airport gates. So you think you're getting away and you think you're home dry, but they'll get you at the gate and they'll levy a charge. So watch out for that. They are on the prowl, and they've just incentivized their staff further to the tune of $2.50 per bag up to, and that monthly limit of $80 is being scrapped. So you can make a lot of money by just bag watching or bag spotting or spotting oversized bags to top up your paltry wages at Ryanair. The Gallagher brothers, they were in town last weekend or the weekend before with their very successful reunion tour in Croke Park, and now they're off to America or somewhere like that. But it's off to court for their older brother, the latest on the older brother of Liam and Noel Gallagher. He appeared in court yesterday charged with rape. His name is Paul Gallagher. Not part of Oasis or anything like that. He's 59 years old. He's accused of 11 offences, including coercive and controlling behaviour. And he sounds like a Gallagher, all right. But anyway, he has also been charged with 3 counts of sexual assault, 3 counts of intentional strangulation, 2 counts of making a threat to kill, and assault occasioning actual bodily harm. Doesn't seem like an honest fella, this fella. But anyway, these are allegations. He's up in court. He's got the right to a defence. And there is 2 sides to every story. The alleged offences took place apparently between 2022 and 2024. And Gallagher, as you say, the older brother Paul, who has never been involved in Oasis, spoke outside the court to confirm, or in the court to confirm his name. The usual stuff that they do. But his lawyer said he will be pleading not guilty to the charges which relate to a single complainant. So all of those charges stem from one individual. And his solicitor said in a statement last month that he looks forward to clearing his name. He was bailed for a further appearance in court on September the 24th. But that's the latest on older brother Paul Gallagher, who is 59 years old, and a plethora of charges there. But as you say, they're charges, they're allegations, and the man deserves his day in court, of course, and his lawyer says he's looking forward to it. So we'll see what becomes of that. But speaking of Oasis, I was telling you that the house in which they spend many of their childhood summers here in the west of Ireland, the mom comes from, Peggy comes from Charlestown here in County Mayo, and they spend a lot of their summers in the west of Ireland, and the cottage in which many of those summers were spent is now on the market. I think it's outside Ballina. It's on there for, usually, as you can expect, overpriced. But they're expecting a lot of international attention because of, obviously, the history of the house. And it's a nice cottage, and it's very quaint looking, very beautifully restored, and it's on the market for $350,000. Well worth checking out, just out of curiosity. We're not suggesting that you buy it. We're not realtors or real estate agents. We're not giving property advice. If we were, we'd tell you not to buy anything right now because it's all a rip-off, and we think there's a big crash coming, but we could be wrong. We've been saying that for a while now. But the property is outside Ballina. It's on the market for $350,000. It is beautifully restored. There's no doubt about it. It's very, very nice, and of course steeped in history. And the Gallaghers, next time they're in town, maybe they come by and visit. Maybe they won't, but anyway, there you go. Check it out if you get a chance. Now, Bruce Willis, not doing too well these days, and a little bit on the papers. His partner has been doing some publicity stuff and talking about Bruce Willis. We all love Bruce Willis, the beloved actor from, started off in Moonlighting and went on to big things, Die Hard and Hollywood A-lister. In fact, somebody said they'd seen him walking outside a Starbucks or coming out of a Starbucks one day in New York or someplace like that, and he seen a homeless guy on the street, and he reached in his pocket and he took out $100 and gave to him. So We heard that story from the person who witnessed it, and so Bruce Willis is a nice guy, but he's not doing too well these days. He's got some kind of, I think they call it frontotemporal dementia. Anyways, he's going downhill quick. He's going down rather quickly. He lives in a second home now with the team providing 24-hour care. That's according to his wife. Emma Hemming Willis has given an update on her movie star husband's health after he was diagnosed with the dementia back in 2023, and she's now revealed that he's living apart from his partner and their two young children in a house nearby so he can receive the specialist care that he needs. And in an interview with Diane Sawyer for ABC, Emma and Bruce Willis, The Unexpected Journey, Emma, 47, explained her husband is living in a second home and added, it is one of the hardest decisions I've had to make. Bruce would want that for our daughters, so that's rather interesting. They've put him in a separate home to give him round-the-clock care, but his demise, or he's going downhill rapidly, it sounds like, and needs the 24-hour care. So there you go. We wish him well, obviously. Always liked Bruce Willis and his movies. Now, what time is it, Mr. Wolf? We're listening to Global Irish Radio. This is the Irish Daily Crack with me, Sean G. A little program we do here each day on the platform, and lots to talk about, lots to share with you between now and with you for the hour. dailycrack.com if you missed the show live, or you can get it wherever you get your podcasts. We try to get up there as soon as we can after the show. A time capsule buried by Princess Diana back in 1991 has been dug up. Yes, the capsule, that is, not Princess Diana. The late princess's time capsule was sealed within the main entrance at London's Great Ormond Street Hospital, but it has now been opened early as construction of a new children's cancer centre begins. And they'll probably have that one finished before we finish our children's hospital here in this country, because that's going on forever and ever and ever. And as we were telling you yesterday, the health minister now saying she doesn't think it's going to be ready by September. But anyway, way back when they were building London's Great Ormond Street Hospital, there was a capsule placed in there. They've had to dig it up early because they are doing they're adding on to the building or something like that. It was a container that was buried as part of a ceremony on in March 1991 to mark the laying of the foundation stone at the Variety Club building, which later opened in a few years later, 1994, by the time it was completed. But anyway, they had a bunch of things in there. Apparently the container they used wasn't very, very good because it kind of rotted away and it didn't really preserve the items. But inside the container was a colour television that could fit in your pocket. So this was the days before the smartphone and stuff like that. A lot of people failed to anticipate the smartphone revolution. So the path they were going down was, remember those many little TV, like transistor radios with a screen on it, very bad quality, all the rest of it. But it was something that was included in the time capsule at the time to reflect the times, don't you know? Yes. Also in there was Kylie Minogue's third album, Rhythm of Love. There was a solar-powered calculator. There was tree seeds, as in treedeeds.com. Trees that you plant, be it for gifts or just to save the planet. But anyways, there was tree seeds in a bottle and a collection of each British coin up to the value of £1. They were also included. So those were some of the things, some of the memorabilia. There was also a recycled paper and a European passport and a snowflake hologram. And they buried these way back in 1991, and so they've been dug up a little bit early. And apart from the box being a bit the worst to wear, all of the other items seem to be fairly intact. But obviously too soon to... They're not that special really, are they? I don't even know why we're talking about them. But anyway, I'll tell you what's more special. The Asian hornet's nest that was found in County Cork. We told you sometime back early in the month that there was Asian hornets spotted in Cork. And why is that significant? Well, because these little buggers, they wipe out our honeybee population. They literally beat up the honeybees and take their lunch money and run away. That's what they do. And so there was an environmental task force was dispatched after one was spotted in Cork. The good news that we can report to you today is that they've found the nests and they've removed the nest. They've destroyed it and they've killed all the Asian hornets that were living in that wee nest. And that's the plan. The location has not been disclosed for operational reasons, but they are satisfied that they found the nest. And they're telling people that if you do see an Asian hornet, do not approach the species and don't try to be a hero taking out the nest yourself. Get in touch with the National Biodiversity Data Centre's reporting portal. They have a portal online apparently, and they're looking for people to report sightings of the Asian hornet and stuff like that. and send in a picture as well so they can verify it. That's what you're told to do. But they're kind of satisfied that they have done good work down there in Cork finding that Asian hornet's nest, which is, as I say, destroying our honeybee population. And that has all kinds of implications for biodiversity. Because the honeybees, we need the honeybee. The honeybees are doing valuable work pollinating the flowers and the fruits and the trees and the birds. You know, all the birds and the bees, all that stuff that the honeybees do. So there you go. Asian hornets, get out. And that's exactly what they're doing. They've destroyed the nest and the population of Asian hornets. So that is a good news story this Thursday here in Ireland. It's probably one of the best news stories. Lots to talk about, friends. Let's get things started musically here on the programme this Thursday. And one of the groups, one of the 60 appearing at the Electric Picnic this weekend, it is the Coronas, and they're Addicted to Progress this Thursday on the Irish Daily Crack here on Global Irish Radio.
You say I'm headstrong. The look on my face is just a little off. And obviously I know I've had it easy. I've dreamed, I've seen things, but now I'm greedy. You know I ain't no use, so don't say that. If you were me, you'd want to embrace that. The only thing embedded in my mindset is how I am addicted to progress. If I had a rainbow, I'd put the end of it in our toes. So nobody could find us, but let the colors always bind us. And just like before, I'm growing content with mediocrity and all this nonsense. Don't get me wrong, I know it's in our mindsets. We have to be addicted to progress. If I had a rainbow, I put the end of it in our toes, so nobody could find us. Let the colors always find us. I'd put the end of it at our toes, so nobody could find us. Let the colors always bind us. And if I had a rainbow, I'd put the end of it at our toes, so nobody could find us. Let the colors always bind us. And if I had a rainbow, whoa.
Hello, all you Global Irish Radio listeners out there, wherever you may be. It's myself, Finbar, here in beautiful northern Colorado, inviting you along to the Reigelteigel Celtic Folk Show, streaming here live every Monday and Friday evening at 10 p.m. Irish time, where you're guaranteed to hear some rare old recordings from the old country and beyond. And it's all here on globalirishradio.com, the home of the Reigelteigel. Listen to the Reigelteigel on Global Irish Radio.
Thank you very much, Finbar. Finbar's back tomorrow night at 7 o'clock Irish time with the latest instalment of the Reigelteigel old rare recordings. So there you go, not to be missed. And also tomorrow night, it being a Friday night, we go down under to Sydney, Australia. And we've seen this week from the CSO, the statistics people in this country, that a lot of people, the highest since 2013, immigrated to Australia this past year. So still very much on the radar for Irish people, that part of the world, and a very strong Irish community down there. And that's reflected in the weekly broadcast, the Ireland Calling programme here on Global Irish Radio. 3 hours of Irish radio from Sydney, Australia, late on a Friday night or early Saturday morning if you're in Australia. Coming up later on tonight here on Global Irish Radio, it's Thursday, so Tom, of course, is back with in his usual slot at 8 o'clock. Tom at gir.ie for your requests and dedications. We want to welcome Ger O'Brien back to irishradio.org, who was he spent the past week in hospital and is doing much better, and returning to irishradio.org later on tonight as well. And he does shows here on Global Irish Radio. We syndicate some of his programs, so the good news is that Ger is doing better. Hello to Johnny Foley listening to us out there in Chicago, and he sent us a message along yesterday. We didn't see it. He was busy digging a hole. He sent me a picture of the hole, and it was a big hole that he was digging. Not sure why he was digging the hole, but it was it was a deep hole and some plumbing and stuff down there. So Johnny, we know you're working hard out there. Thanks for taking Global Irish Radio on the Daily Crack with you down into the deep holes of Chicago. And what else? Oh, the Crack Radio Show with Sean Timmins comes your way later on tonight, the second hour of it, least live from Philadelphia. And then you can catch the entire show tomorrow, 5 to 7 here on Global Irish Radio. So some of the great things coming, great programs coming your way. Jim Corbett's radio show is back as well from 6 to 8 tonight. Great country and Irish music, some trad and great stories, requests, dedications, all that stuff. Great music created by the great Jim Corbett out of Bundoran in County Donegal. Some of the things to look forward to this Thursday here on Global Irish Radio. Now, the latest on our presidential race. Conor McGregor, he's been missing in action because, well, we know where he was because he was on his yacht off the coast of Italy because he bumped into the Beckhams. Yes, he did. He shared pictures of that on his social media posts. That's how we know it. But his claim now he must be home again, and the presidential election here in this country must be back on his mind, front and centre. Conor McGregor has claimed that he has received enough support for his presidential bid. That's news to a lot of people, so listen up. He has been tweeting. What has he been saying? Well, the former Irish sports star who recently lost the appeal in that civil rape case, don't talk about that, he's running for president now, but anyway, he won't want you to talk about that, but he will want to talk about his presidential bid. But the latest is that what is he saying? Despite needing support from 20 members of the Oireachtas or 4 local councils, numerous TDs, senators and councillors, he said a lot of them said they wouldn't nominate him, basically. But Conor is raising a few eyebrows today because his latest tweet is saying, "I have it secured." What has he secured? His nomination on the ballot. He says, "I have councils on board, TDs, senators." This is his tweet now, and he said, "I even have the most prestigious party of them all." Doesn't say which party that is. And he said, "It is now about choosing my affiliation. Ireland's call will be answered." This is funny stuff, Conor. "And I'm here for the will of the people only, who aligns in support of the policies." What else does he say? Oops. We'll wait off our screen. That's the tweet. But anyway, to recap, Conor has been tweeting, and it looks like, according to him, he has the necessary support to get on the ballot, because that is the hard part. And you recall he was on Tucker Carlson declaring that Ireland was undemocratic, and I tend to agree with him on that point, in the sense that not anybody, or very much if you're going for president in this country, is very much ring-fenced for established politicians, and Conor was finding that out much to his disdain as he tried to get on the ballot. But anyway, he says, "I have the nomination secured," and he wrote, "He's councils on board, TD, senators. I even have the most prestigious party, the most prestigious of them all," he says, "and it is now about choosing my affiliation. Ireland's call will be answered. I am here for the will of the people only. Who aligns in support of the policies I have presented will be the saviours of our great nation. They will walk the streets of Ireland to applause. Era Gojo." Oh, I think he was drinking when he wrote that. But anyway, that's the latest tweet from Conor McGregor. And it should be worth noting that McGregor he's not named any of the supposed TDs, councils, senators or political parties who he claimed are set to nominate him. So that's the latest from Conor McGregor. He hasn't forgotten about it. It is still on his radar, and he is telling us, he is tweeting that he has the necessary support to secure him a place on the ballot. Wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that be a contest? A dirty old contest at that. It's only a matter of weeks out now, and it looks like Sinn Féin, the latest. Let's go back to some of the real presidential candidates and see what they're saying. Catherine Connolly has been confirmed as being on the ballot. She's the only one so far. Fine Gael's Heather Humphreys is set to seek the nomination from her party. She's the favourite there after Mairead McGuinness pulled out. Sean Kelly's after it too, but it doesn't look like he'll get the support of the party to the same tune or same degree as Heather Humphreys. Mary Lou McDonald, for her part, her party will not make an announcement on the will not make their decision or announce their intentions until about the 19th of September. So that would only be about 4 weeks before the election would take place. So that would make it for a very short campaign. That might suit them though, you know, because the less time and the less it's a double-edged sword. The less time you have in the run into the competition or the contest, the less mud and dirt can be dug up. And we do know that the presidential race is the dirtiest of all the contests here in this country. Even though it has the least amount of power associated with the job, it's largely ceremonial, and you're a mouthpiece. You're essentially a glorified ambassador for the country. But you can't say anything or do anything or leave the country without the permission of the government and the Taoiseach and the establishment. That's where all the power lies, in the Dáil. So, that's the latest on the election. We have no other. There are a few other names. Is it Oliver Kelleher? Billy Kelleher. The Cork MEP is making sounds and making waves and reaching out to some of his party faithful. He'd like to get the nomination too, but Micheál Martin has not said anything, and nobody knows what he's thinking or anything like that. But Conor McGregor weighing in. So it'll be interesting to see if he enlightens us any further or gives any indication as to who exactly is supporting him and how he is getting on the ballot. There'll be a lot of imagine a lot of interest in that tweet. Now, we were telling you that there are changes coming into effect if you're still one of these people that send parcels to America. It used to be the other way around. The parcels came from America, but maybe these days the parcels are going both ways. Who knows? But An Post said that its new process would involve little change for Irish business customers who should continue to complete all the necessary electronic documents for the US as they have been doing for quite some time. But there are changes coming into effect. But for businesses, it seems very little change. But many parcels sent to the United States will be returned to the sender by An Post unless new tariffs have been paid in advance. So pay up or return to sender, essentially, is what they're telling us. And I was in the post office yesterday, and in fact I was posting a letter to America. She did look at me a little strange when she looked at the address and looked at the envelope and asked what's in it. Mind your own business, I said. No, just papers, that's all. So, but she did look at me. She did give me that look, that coy look, as wondering what was in the envelope, because obviously they're cognizant of the new rules and stuff like that. But anyway, it was nothing that required payment. Wink, wink, nod, nod. Anyway, the new rules on packages worth more than $100, which is about €85 or so, are intended to deal with new taxes being imposed by the Trump administration on parcels entering the United States from tomorrow. So, basically, if you are posting something to the States that is valued over $100, you'll need to pony up. That's according to An Post. Otherwise, it's going to be marked return to sender. Several European and Asian carriers, including Swiss Post and Deutsche Post, DHL Packet, as well as Australia Post, have already paused shipments to the United States because of the new rules. DHL's Irish arm is continuing to service the United States. So there's probably a transitional period and there's a bit of confusion, and as I say, some of the major carriers have paused things, but An Post unusually seems to be a little bit more organised. Very unusual, I would say. And they are putting in place the charges from today. What else can we tell you? An Post has developed the new procedure with a US postal partner. Not sure who the US postal partner is, but there you go. And it will, however, affect individuals sending parcels and gifts to the States, particularly in the run-up to Thanksgiving and Christmas. So they'll have their eyes peeled and they'll be looking for, I suppose, the imposition of charges based on the goods that you are sending. So that's the magic number. No matter what you're sending, make sure it's under $100. Wink, wink, nod, nod. Otherwise, you'll be incurring charges and you'll have to pay them, and they won't go any further than the post office. So that's the latest on Post making arrangements, making plans for the imposition of those additional charges. And of course, parcels coming from the United States, well, they have, as we found out in recent times, long been subjected to tariffs coming into the country, and they're held at customs or immigration or not. They're held somewhere in Dublin until you pony up the money, which can be quite a lot of money. So it's now, It's a case of what's good for the goose is good for the gander, as the Donald gets his way with the Thurs, and expect to pay for any gifts that you're sending, unsolicited or otherwise, to the great United States. Rules that are coming into effect and changing from today. So bear that in mind, friends. It's the Irish Daily Crack with Sean G here on Global Irish Radio. Time for a little bit more music now. The High Kings, Men of Iron.
As I cleaned out my father's house, memories lay everywhere. How his banjo sparkled, laid upon his chair. That five-string telling stories of their tender years. In Gansies knitted for them, they set sail on mother's tears. Dad passed all his melody to me. Though he's gone, his memories are legacy. There are tales of plenty woven in that sweater. Small town lads and all the old songs they would play. Locked in prime for a battle in that sweater. Men of Iron in the USA. Men of Iron in the USA. Inside a battered suitcase, that sweater tucked inside. Recalling words he said to me, son, wear this coat with pride. We walked on stage, the crowd were cheering, calling out her name. Every song they sang along, you might do the same. Dad passed all his melody to me. Though he's gone, his memories are legacy. There are tales of plenty woven in that sweater. Small town lads and all the old songs they would play. Locked in prime for a battle in that sweater. Men of Iron in the USA. As long as Iron, it flows within our veins. That music like a thread, we're off to tell our tales of four brothers that wore their coat of arms with pride. Across the great divide, there are tales of plenty woven in that sweater. Small town lads and all the old songs they would play. Locked in prime for a battle in that sweater. Men of Iron in the USA. Men of Iron in the USA. Men of Iron in the USA.
Global Irish Radio is excited to partner with 950 WROL AM, the Spirit of Boston, to bring you portions of the Irish Hit Parade, providing the soundtrack to your weekend. Join Paul Sullivan on Saturdays 3 to 7 p.m. Irish time and famous Seamus Mulligan on Sundays 7 to 10 p.m. for a feast of Irish music. Streaming live from Boston right here on globalirishradio.com.
Yes, indeed, friends, a feast of Irish music. No, make it a banquet. Weekends here on Global Irish Radio, courtesy of our friends out there at Irish 950, WROL AM, the Spirit of Boston. Before that, the High Kings, Men of Iron. And before that, I was telling you about the new rules, and I might have given you bad information. It wouldn't be the first time since you. But I should tell you that under the new rules, Irish parcel senders need to alert the US recipients of their requirement to pay taxes on the item being shipped. So in other words, the tariff must be paid on the other side. So it's not a case of you going into the post office and paying it on this end. It has to be collected on the other side. Just to clarify that one for you, as part of these new rules that's coming into effect from today, Post's US partner will then contact the customer to collect the payment security. So the onus is on Post's US partner to reach out to the recipient on the other side and ask them to pay the money. If the US recipient does not pay the taxes due, parcels will then be returned by An Post to the Irish sender. And once the tax is collected, An Post will ship the parcel and forward the tax owed and associated data to the US administration. So that's how it works, friends, how it works. I know it's a little confusing for me too, but can you imagine the poor folks in the post office? Anyway, but if you give us the money, we'll make sure they get it. There you go. We're live, friends. It is the Daily Crack with Sean G here on Global Irish Radio. Let's see what some of the stories making the news this Thursday. You know it's a quiet news day when you see the Kinahan crime gang making the front pages of the tabloids, the red tops here in this country. Story about the Kinahans on the front page of today's Irish Daily Star. They dig out those stories when it's a slow news day. Other stories that often are things to do with Conor McGregor or his rape trial always seem to be dug up on slow days as well. But interestingly enough, Conor's comments or his tweet, they must have made it in time for the papers today. There'll be more on that, I imagine, in the papers tomorrow, and we're all anxious to find out who is backing Conor and who is this most prestigious of all of the parties here in this country that is backing him. He has his it sounds like he's spoiled for choice in terms of picking his route to the or his path to the nomination, but I'll have to wait and see. Now, some of the top trending series news stories. A priest and former diocesan secretary of Tuam has criticised the excavation of remains underway at the former mother and baby homes in the town, describing the nuns who ran the institution as outstanding. There is that small plot out the back where they buried all the babies though, Father. Excavation works began last month intending to recover and forensically analyse the remains of nearly 800 infants buried at the site, many of whom are believed to have been interred in a disused septic tank. Yes, the nuns truly were outstanding. Outstanding at hiding the bodies, but anyway... Racist crimes, and another ugly story. Racist hate crimes in Northern Ireland have reached record levels. New police figures show there were 2,049 race incidents and 1,329 race crimes in the 12 months from July the 1st last year to June 30th this year. That's according to a report from the Police Service of Northern Ireland. So race and hate crimes on the rise in that part of the world. Gardaí investigating the body of an unidentified man who was discovered at Spencer Bridge in Dublin 1. Gardaí have appealed for witnesses following the discovery in the North Inner City on Tuesday afternoon, August the 26th. And 52 Palestinians from Gaza are to arrive in Ireland in the coming days to start as students in educational institutions across the island. The Minister for Foreign Affairs, Simon Harris, made the announcement of the imminent arrival of the group of Palestinians on Thursday. And finally, for now, a notable obituary to share with you on the programme today. Galway United assistant manager Ollie Horgan has died at the age of only 57 years old. Horgan has been working with the League of Ireland since 2013, best known for his 9-year spell with Finn Harps, as he twice took the club to the Premier Division and maintained their top flight status against the odds. That's Galway United assistant manager Ollie Horgan, who is, his death has been announced at the age of 57 this Thursday. Back to the music we go. We'll squeeze in one more before we finish up for a Thursday. Another group that's going to be appearing at the Electric Picnic this weekend. Rain or shine, it's Kingfisher and their big hit, Calais.
From the woods of Glenbower to the river de Soar, from the arms of my mother to the land ever pure, all I have to remember is the pride that I felt round the park Canada, where the boys never knelt. They'd go raring and tearing and fighting for love, for the land they called Killa and the Lord up above. Killa la 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 la, for the green and the white I adore, for the parish to last evermore. 95 came promotion, high up on the wing, and no one up to senior. What a beautiful thing in the darkest of hours, in the depths of despair. Let the killer boys roar for to rattle the air. They'd go raring and tearing and fighting for love, for the land they called Killa and the Lord up above. Killa la 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 la, for the green and the white I adore, for the parish to last evermore. For the green and the white I adore, for the Paris to last evermore. When my time's at an ending, when my days are no more, bury me with my Hurley by the river de Sceaux.
Good deeds are great things, and a single good deed can grow into a forest of kindness. At treedeeds.com, you can dedicate a tree in someone's honour and make a lasting impact on the planet. Each tree is deeded and comes with a personalised certificate, perfect for birthdays, holidays, memorials, or just because. Celebrate life, give back to nature, and leave a legacy that grows. Visit treedeeds.com today. That's treedeeds.com. Rooted in Ireland, gifted worldwide. got great music from Blazing Fiddles, Shetland Night, bringing us ever closer to our finishing line this Thursday on the Daily Crack program here on Global Irish Radio. Thank you so much for your company since 3 this afternoon. Join us back here tomorrow, same time, same place, for more of the same. And just before we go, it's been incredible. Irish food gets better and better. And an incredible 4 Irish establishments have been announced as the latest additions to the Michelin Guide, Great Britain and Ireland. Yep. The food gets better and better. Remember the old days with potatoes and potatoes and potatoes. Mashed potatoes, boiled potatoes, or old potatoes. But anyway, things have come a long, long way, and Irish cuisine is on the up and up, and that's reflected, as I say, with the latest announcements. While stars, green stars and bib gourmands are only revealed at the annual Michelin Guide ceremony, the inspectors add restaurants to the selection year-round. And those latest additions are released on a monthly basis, with this month seeing a total of 16 new entries into the guide. And it was a great month for Dublin in particular, with 3 restaurants having impressed the inspectors, along with a delicious eatery in Waterford also making the list. So there you go. Dublin and Waterford, new additions into the Michelin to the Michelin Guide of great restaurants and great food here in this country. The latest additions have led to a total of 106 Irish restaurants to feature in the guide. So there you go. Good food. And I see elsewhere, I was looking at a piece in I think it was the the Irish Star America, about Sean Hannity, the Conservative talk show host, who says he finds it hard. It's very hard for him, in fact, eating out in New York due to the hatred by residents. Conservative media personality reportedly used to call Trump almost every night, has been accused of being a propagandist. But anyway, for his troubles, Sean Hannity, as you say, the Conservative media host known for his influential relationship with the Donald and years of promoting conspiracy theories, claimed he left his home and birthplace New York City because of the hatred he received from residents, and he couldn't go out for dinner in the restaurants they were coming up, and they were full of hatred. They had their daggers out, and so much so that couldn't go out. He had to leave his hometown of New York, and he had to abandon the restaurants. Come to Ireland and check out the Michelin star restaurants. We'll take your money. We'll send you packing as well. And this comes on the back of that story yesterday or during the week, where the wax figure of the Donald in a Texas museum had to be taken down because people were abusing it and punching it. Yes, the Donald, his wax figure, was subject to all kinds of abuse. Hazards of the job, if you will. And so the museum were left with no choice but to take out the Donald to save him from punches and people's hatred. So there you go. These are the things that happen when you're in the spotlight, and you're well, there you go. Some of the weird and wacky stories from around the world this Thursday. You've been listening to the Daily Crack here with Sean G. We have a quote, and we'll stick with US presidents, and it comes today from Theodore Roosevelt, who says, "Keep your eyes on the stars and your feet on the ground." Yeah, that's a good one. Theodore Roosevelt. Keep your eyes on the stars and your feet on the ground. Good advice. That's a lot for today, friends. Thank you for your company since 3 this afternoon. Thanks to Margaret helping out in the background. Have a great rest of your Thursday. We'll see you tomorrow at 3. It's the Saw Doctors now. I love to go a-wandering. Happy Thursday.
I thought I'd live forever. Sure, I think most people do. When I was young, I knew it all. Now I haven't got a clue. Sur le pont d'Avignon, that's going back a while. When I think of Brother Nolan's class, he always makes me smile. But in my mind, I love to go wandering back in time to those golden autumn days. They bring a smile. The summer's light is fading, and we wave all our cares away.
a moment, just a